Welcome to the On Deck podcast for all your baseball DFS needs with your superstar host, fantasy baseball experts, Casey, Bubba, and Bogman. On Deck podcast is sponsored by LineStar app, the #1 top-rated data and analytics tool for daily fantasy sports.
And welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the On Deck MLB DFS podcast, brought to you by the wonderful people at LineStar Sports. Go make sure you check them out on Twitter at LineStar app and at LineStar MLB, and download the app in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. You will not regret it. Everything you need in the palm of your hands to build your winning DFS lineups. Hope you guys had a good Thursday. That slate is over. Thank goodness. You can follow me on Twitter at BDentrick. My co-host, as always, on Twitter at Bogman Sports. Scott, how we doing, man?
You know, I said I was going to quit complaining about the D-backs, but they had
I don't know what's problem. It's a great game.
They had a W wrapped up. I was ready to text Bubba and everything, and then Tyler Clippard came in. Just
your closer, your new closer.
Yeah, it was a disaster, but at least my guy didn't hit a home run. But you're back on the board.
Yes, on the day it counted. That's always good because Riley went deep today, just like instead of yesterday. But Votto went deep, barely. That's a wall scraper, but I'll take it. It counts. Thank you, sweet baby Jesus. But it was a wild slate, as we mentioned. Chalky Reds went off. The thing for Crow that was tough, his defense screwed him the first 2 innings. His second 2 innings he pitched, 2 shutout innings with 4 strikeouts. I was like, so there's the good and the bad. He still got you like 7 points. Not the end of the world, but could have been much better. Lynch was a good value. Stripling was great. Once the Indians lineup came out with no J-Ram and stuff, Stripling became a much more attractive play. Much more attractive play. Framber was still okay, even though he got hit around a little bit. Sonny Gray, yeah. It was a wonderful slate. Wonderful slate of baseball. So
well, we got a lot today.
Yes, 14 games. 14 games on a Friday to wrap up this week. So no more messing around. Let's get popping. Mets at the Philadelphia Phillies on this one. We have Marcus Stroman, Kyle Gibson, over under of 9. Stroman 9K on DK, 86 on FanDuel, Gibson 74 and 9,000. Stroman's been good all year for the most part, and Gibson great in his Phillies debut. Either of these guys attracted to you?
I kind of like Gibson today. I think he at least has to be in play. Stroman, I think if he was yesterday, I would gladly have taken him because we didn't like anybody yesterday. But I think I'll be picky on a little bit of a bigger slate and leave him out. His PVB data on both sides here: 5 for 12 for Real Muto against Stroman, 6 for 18 for Segura, 4 for 5 with a double and a bomb for Conforto against Gibson, 4 for 11 for Pilar, and 6 for 11 for VR. And then Alonso, Baez, Harper, Bohm, all hitting pretty well. So I like to pick out of those bats.
Yep, don't mind Gibson at all as an SP2 on DK. Don't think I'm going to pay 9K on FanDuel for him, but SP2 at $7,400, I'm on board with that. Don't mind a few Phillies here because if Stroman's not striking guys out, which he doesn't do a lot, they're in play, but I'm not going to full stack. On 14 games, there's going to be much better spots, much more quote-unquote easier spots to attack. So I like Gibson on this one. If you want some Phillies, you can go for it, but we have more to go. Seattle at the New York Yankees on this one. We have to be determined pitching for New York, facing Marco Gonzalez, who's 67 on DK, 7K on FanDuel. Are you going to chance Marco in this game?
No, I don't think I am. He hasn't had more than 4 strikeouts in a game since June 20th. So, and you know, I know the Yankees haven't been at their best, but they've been decent recently. So I'm going to go ahead and stick the bats here. I like Gallo, who hit his first Yankee bomb tonight. He's 6 for 18 with a double and 2 bombs against Marco. Rizzo in here, Stanton, LeMahieu, and then on the Seattle side against good old TBD, Toro, Haniger, Kelnick. I like all those guys.
Yeah, I don't mind the Yankees in this one if you want to. It looks like if this is accurate, the Yankees are going to call up Deivi Garcia to pitch.
Okay.
And that's intriguing, actually. He's $6,500 on DK. FanDuel does not have a price for him yet. On DK at 65, it's interesting. He threw up to 88 pitches his last time in the end of May with the Yankees. Not sure what his minor league numbers have been up to this point, but big-time prospect with big-time strikeout stuff. So that is quite intriguing if that's who actually shows up on this one, because he can go 5 and probably strike out 5 or 6 the way he is. That would be tremendous at $6,500. Other than that, you can definitely go Yankees if you prefer. they're just like tilting because even on Thursday night against Anderson, they were good, but they didn't like light the world on fire. So it's tough at their price point to go nuts with them. But Debbie Garcia, quite interesting. If we have pitching on this slate, which is kind of nice. So I'm intrigued by that one. Tampa Bay at Baltimore on this one. We have Ryan Yarbrough versus John Means. We have a total of 9.5 on this one. Yarborough's 81 on DK, 7K on FanDuel. Means 88 and 8,000. I'm just going with bats in this. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, Means has 11 1/3 pitched against Tampa Bay this year and has 9 earned. So I'm going to pass on him. Yarborough has been a landmine. So I'll stick to bats here. A little PVB. 8 for 22 for Mancini against Yarborough with 3 homers and 2 doubles. 3 for 10 for Austin Hayes, 3 for 7 with a double and 2 bombs for Randy Arozarena against Mean, 3 for 10 with a double and a bomb for Yandy Diaz against Means. And then Meadows, Franco, Mountcastle, Mullins, and Urias have all been hitting. So I'll pick out of those bats.
Yeah, I like little Orioles. Shocker to everybody here. But like value-wise, Austin Hayes at 25 and 27, Mountcastle 34 and 32, and Urias 27 and 24, all swinging it well from the right side of the plate versus Yarborough. So I like that one quite a bit if you want to go there. Like Cedric and Trey are always in play, but those 3 can make a nice, cheap 3-man stack to get you some money elsewhere for either other bats or some pitching on this slate. So that's where I'd be looking for some nice value. Boston at Toronto on this one. We have Nate Eovaldi versus Alek Manoah, over under of 9. Eovaldi 79 on DK, 88 on FanDuel. Manoah 94 and 92. Bogman, these Boston bats have not been good lately. It makes Manoah quite intriguing to me.
Yeah, he's one of my top guys today. So I'm definitely on the Manoah train. I think you can. I'm not on the Eovaldi train, but I could buy a ticket if this one doesn't pan out for whatever reason. You know what I mean? Like I could rearrange my trip, but I'm not going to do it. But he does have 1 start against Toronto, and he went 6 2/3, gave up no runs, struck out 4, walked 1. So Eovaldi's not the worst option either. Kind of takes me out of bats in this game, but I'll play Toronto bats if you want to pay up for him. Bo Bichette, 3 for 9 with a bomb against him, 3 for 7 for Lourdes, 2 for 6 for Teoscar with a double. And Springer has been lights out recently. Reese McGuire's hitting over 500 the last week. Vlad Jr. is always in play. So, but I like Manoah. He's my favorite out of all of this game.
Yep, big Manoah fan as well. I like the strikeout upside. This Boston offense, man, this whole team is struggling, but the offense for sure, I'll take some bites out of that. So give me some Manoah, and then as usual, you can always go Bichette, Hernandez, Springer for me if you want to pay up for an expensive stack. Bichette went off on Thursday. Springer laid his first egg in forever, and Teoscar had the day off. So couldn't do it that day, but if you want to go back to it on Friday, you can. Otherwise, just give me some Alek Manoah and take some talents elsewhere. Detroit at Cleveland in this one. Matt Manning versus Cal Quantrill, over under 9.5. Manning's 53 and 6K. Quantrill's 68 and 67. If you're looking for an SP2 on DK, I can listen to Cal Quantrill. What else you got for me?
Yeah, we're simpatico here, Bob. 4 out of his last 5 have been quality starts, probably in play is what I put for Quantrill here. Manning, I'm going to pass, but if you want some bats in this game, Ahmed Rosario is 3 for 3 against Manning with a double. So I like that little bit of PVB that we have. And then, Fran Mill, Mercado, if Jose's back in there, you can always play him, but he's super expensive. Probably avoid him until we are certain. So I'll pick Quantrill, maybe a couple tribe bats.
Man, these Indians bats are going up in price. It's really tilting because I love Ahmed, but 29 on FanDuel's not bad. 42 on DK. He's got like a 9 or 10 game hitting streak now, so it's hard to ignore that, at least in cash games. Fran Mill's on fire. J-Ram is swinging it great. Like, I love that 3-man stack right there, but it's very expensive for Cleveland, and that's kind of not appealing. But against Matt Manning and potentially that Detroit bullpen, it's kind of nice at the same time. But darn, it's more expensive. It feels like it's pretty close to the same price as that Toronto stack I mentioned, and the drill there. So it'll make them very low owned. Let's put it that way at those price points. Pittsburgh at the Cincinnati Reds. JT Brubaker, Wade Miley in this one, over under of 9. Brubaker 73 on DK, 76 on FanDuel. Miley 82 and 85. Brubaker's been a disaster, which means I'm stacking Cincinnati again. Miley's been good though.
Yeah, Brubaker hasn't been bad his last couple times out, but Cincinnati's too hot. I'm not going to do it. And Miley is definitely in play as well. There's a little PVB data here on both sides. Winker 2 for 5 with a double and a homer against Brubaker. I like that. Kevin Newman 2 for 5 with 2 doubles against Miley. 4 for 9 for Gregory Polanco. But I mean, like we mentioned, the Reds bats: India, Farmer, Votto, Barnhart, all been hot. Reynolds has been decent. You mentioned Hoyt Park yesterday. Jacob Stallings has been good as a catcher, and Ben Gamble's been pretty solid too. So, I like this one.
Yeah, I like Miley in this one. Nice SP2 at 82. I think on FanDuel at 85, he's one of your better value pitchers in the one pitcher format, because usually you can just pay up for one of the big dogs. But if you want to save some cash, Miley could be your guy. He's usually, not always, usually good for 6+ innings. So I like him to possibly get your quality starter more at 85. And then the bats, I'd keep riding Cincinnati. My usual suspects: India, Votto, and Winker. And India and Votto both went deep on Thursday. But that'd be my 3-pack, and then you can mix in your Farmers, who's playing well, hitting right in between all of them, or some other options, whatever suits your fancy. Washington at Atlanta. Eric Fedde versus Kyle Muller in this one. No total yet, so we have Fedde at 63 and 64, Muller at 92 and 77. I think you're going back to Muller, aren't you?
Yeah, I do like Muller. I have 4 main guys. Muller is one of them today. Fedde
not hungry tonight, huh?
10 earned runs in 6 2/3 innings against Atlanta this year. So, Fuller is only 4 guys, no 5 guys today. I had Culver's today.
You got it.
So I did. I picked it up late, but Culver's was my go-to today. So I am not hungry. You're right. But Duvall against Fedde. 5 for 10 with a double and 2 homers. We like to see that. 4 for 9 with 2 doubles for Ozzie Albies. 3 for 9 with a double for Austin Riley. Dansby, Soler, Freeman, Jock have all been hitting. Carter Keyboom's been hitting a little bit. Mm-hmm. Soto got a little tweaked. He had made an amazing grab and then came up a little gimpy. Yadier Hernandez has been good too if you're not in on Muller.
Yeah, Carter Keyboom could be a nice value if you want. I like Muller with you as well. 92 is a steep price tag, but it fits versus Washington. I could definitely see that. Keyboom is an interesting value, though, if you're not going the Muller route. And then Atlanta is a very, very solid play as usual. Fedde's been good of late. I'm not going to take that away from him. But Atlanta, Albies, Freeman, Jock Jams went deep on Thursday. I love putting him in there against a guy like Fedde. And then you can see what the lineup looks like, because maybe Duvall gets the day off with a righty on the mound. Maybe Soler does. They have so many options now. You got to wait and see. But Soler still, his price is coming up finally, but still pretty affordable. Atlanta's another good stack on this slate to pair up with Muller if you so choose. Minnesota at the Houston Astros. We have Bailey Ober versus Zach Cranky. Over under of 9. Lots of totals of 9 or above, Bogman. This is going to be a trend I'm seeing this year. Ober, no. Cranky's 96 and 85. Remember the rule, Bogman.
What's the rule?
Never Cranky. So,
yeah.
So what bats you like in this game?
Yeah, never either one of these guys. Yeah, absolutely. The rule is no Cranky for me. I like Brantley is 3 for 3 against Ober, 2 for 6 for Donaldson against Cranky. But then Polanco, Sano, Luis Ariz, Aledmus Diaz has been hitting, and he's cheap. And Altuve and Tucker are always in play.
Yeah, this is a good one here. Jordan went deep again on Thursday night, so him and Altuve, Tucker, like that little mixture there. Brantley's actually swinging it well, and he's super cheap. Like you mentioned, 3K on DK, 33 on FanDuel, which isn't your usual. I will say, though, Polanco continues to rake and put up fantasy points time and time again. 38 on DK, 37 on FanDuel. So if you want a little bit of exposure to the Twins, or you just want a cash game play or something, Polanco's in play. Otherwise, stack your Astros yet again. They let people down on Thursday, which means it's a great time to jump back on board versus Bailey Ober, who loves to give up fly balls that land in the seats. So have fun with that one. San Francisco at the Milwaukee Brewers. We have Logan Webb going up against Corbin Burns. Webb 72 on DK, 76 on FanDuel. Burns 10K and 11K. I want all of the Logan Webb tonight.
Really? I mean, the Brewers have been hitting a little bit recently. Yes. So I'm kind of in a void in this game. And Burns got beat up last time, but I'm back in. He's still Burns. So I'm gonna be on the opposite end here. Posey is 4 for 4 against Burns, which I do like to see. But Willy Adames, Avisale, Tellez, Kane, Escobar, and Wong have all been hitting. So I'm going to stick to bats here for the most part.
I'm usually Team Brewers. If you want to be Team Brewers, that's fine. Tellez is a very nice price tag for a value there. But give me Webb, who's been absolutely outstanding since coming off the IL. He's basically been their ace of late, and he's got extreme strikeout stuff against a team that strikes out a lot. So I'll take my chances. He shouldn't be 7,200. That's the biggest thing. He's priced too cheap. He should not be this cheap on this slate. So I will take my chances there with Webb going into Milwaukee in this matchup and pray for 6 to 7 innings. Get me 6+ Ks, 2 runs. Give me a quality start with 6+ Ks. I'll be a happy camper, Mr. Logan Webb. All right, next game on the slate here, we got the Kansas City Royals at the St. Louis Cardinals. And again, we're missing some totals on these games. We got good old Mike Minor against Kim. Minor 78 on DK, 88 on FanDuel. Kim 8K and 87. You like either pitcher in this one?
I like Minor a little bit. I mean, I know I'm kind of a Minor apologist, but he's a nice cheap option here. I would take him over Webb, and I know you don't agree with that, and that's fine. Kim, look, 4 of his last 5 have been quality, but he got rocked last time out, so I'm going to make sure he's straight before I go invest. So for me, it's Minor and maybe, Salvi, Whit, if you want. Nicky Lopez been hitting and he's cheap, so I'll go Minor and pick out of those bats.
It's better than being a major apologist, so that's good, Boggs. I like some bats in this one. I'll go with Salvi Perez, Whit Merrifield. Salvi's actually only 42, which is cheap for me. 33 on FanDuel, 42 on DK is cheap for Salvi. Whit's only 38, which is very cheap. And Edward Olivares is dirt cheap. Homer for the second straight night on Thursday night. Keep running that train out there. Love him as a great value on this slate. So some little Royals action. I don't mind going up against Kim. Kim can be on, but usually doesn't strike out a lot of guys. So even when he's on, lots of balls in play, that'll catch up with you from time to time. And it's caught up to him recently. So I don't mind going that direction. Miami at Colorado. Did you think we're leaving Coors Field out, folks? I don't think so. Sandy Alcantara, Herman Marquez, over under 9.5 on this one. Alcantara is 87 on DK, 82 on FanDuel. Marquez 84 and 99. Quite the price tags for 2 Coors pitchers. I still don't mind Marquez in this one.
I don't mind either one of them in this one, to be honest with you. I mean, Alcantara struck out 10 his last time out, so he's hitting a stride right now. And Marquez has been great at home. That kind of takes me off of bats here in Colorado, which is a little surprising, especially when some of them are coming at decent deals. Brandon Rogers at 38 is good. Connor Joe's a good value if he's in the lineup at 28. Brinson at 2024 has been hitting. So I do like the prices on some of these bats, but I kind of like the pitchers, and they should be low owned since they're in Coors too. So I kind of like them as secondary options.
Yeah, I don't mind it. That's why I went John Gray the other night. I went Kyle Freeland the other night. I did not go with Sensatella on Thursday, but I don't mind these 2 pitchers if you want at the same time. It's Coors. Once you get to that bullpen, they can score 25 runs. So if you want to take the value with the bats, that's fine. Chisholm's another cheap one. Sam Hilliard went deep again on Thursday. So there's tons of value in Coors. That's what makes it tough. Usually it's like you play the low-owned pitchers, but the bats are still expensive as all get up. That hasn't happened in a long time because these sites are just lovely. So I'll like Marquez. I can see your argument for Alcantara, but I don't mind the value either. It's like if I'm doing 3 max, I have like 1 Colorado stack and then maybe a pitcher type thing. So I want a little exposure to both. Texas at Oakland in this one. We got Fulte going up against Chris Bassett in Oco Coliseum. Over under of 8. Fulte's 4,900 on DK. That says everything you need to know. Bassett's 98 on both sides. Bassett is a very strong play tonight, Bug.
He's the best play tonight. He's my number 1 option. Texas has not been hitting. I mean, when Jonah Heim and Andy Ibanez are like the 2 guys I can absolutely pick out of this lineup, I love Bassett. He's my favorite option, but everybody knows that, and he should be pretty high on.
Yeah. Dylan Bundy just went 6 1/3, no runs, 6 Ks. That tells you everything you need to know.
How many times did he barf?
That part I did not know, but it's Texas, so would they care? Probably not.
Right. Look, Starling Marte 3 for 11 against Fulte, 3 for 8 for Jed Lowry with a double and a bomb. Sean Murphy 3 for 9 with a double and 2 homers. Jan Gomes, Josh Harrison have been hitting since getting traded. So I like the A's, and Bassett's my favorite pitcher.
Yeah, Matty Olson against Fulte is like a match made in heaven. You got your Canas, Laureanos. See what the lineup is, because with Gomes and Harrison coming in, they've been mixing and matching things around there. So you might get some deals or some nice setups for stacks. But all in all, it's a phenomenal spot to go. A couple more games to hit on this 14-game slate. But before we do so, if we could get a rating and review on iTunes, we would truly appreciate it, preferably the 5-star variety. And then the review, if you just want, you can give constructive criticism all you want. As long as that 5 stars there, we're good. Also, if you'd like to watch us talk, and like slates like Thursday where I'm just devastated by having to tell you guys to play things that you probably just should take the night off for, go check out the LineStar YouTube channel. It's great stuff. It's great comedy. I highly recommend it, and great content. So give it a subscribe and then go thumbs up right there. 2 more games to go. Angels, Dodgers, Battle of LA. It's not really a battle when it's only one-sided, but Patrick Sandoval versus David Price. Over-under of 9 on this one. Sandoval's 83 and 88. Price 58 and 62. Sandoval's been so good, but I don't think I can get in the way of the Dodgers.
Yeah, that's exactly what I have. My note is not against the Dodgers, and for Price, it's not interested. So let's go with bats. Adam Eaton is 8 for 19 with a triple against Price, so that's interesting. Jack Mayfield's been starting every day at third and hitting a little bit. 2,700. He's a good option. Joe Adell's been great since coming up, and he's still cheap. 2,300. Ohtani back in there. Pollock, Taylor, Betts, Pujols, Will Smith, Seager. We know every single Dodger is expensive, but they have been well worth it. So, I'm gonna stick with bats here.
Yeah, I like the Mayfield. He's basically a GPP home run type call. Adell's a really nice value as well. So I like those. Fletcher's been great. Like Fletcher's a cash game play, 37 and 28. Or if you stack them up, regardless, I think Fletcher's a very, very nice little value for you. And then you mentioned the Dodgers. Pollock will be starting versus a lefty. Will Smith, Taylor. They're pricey, but some really, really good looks there with LA if you want to attack Sandoval. I'm not really into attacking Sandoval, though. So I could see some value with the Angels or just kind of passing on that game altogether. Last game of the evening, Arizona Diamondbacks at the San Diego Padres. Caleb Smith, Ryan Weathers, over-under of 9. Smith 7K on both sides. Weathers 61 and 66. Would you prefer either lefty this evening?
No, I would not. I will go with bats. 4 for 11 with a double for Hosmer against Caleb Smith. And then on the San Diego side, Machado, Cronenworth, Kim, Nola have all been hitting. There's been some D-backs hitting a little bit. Cabrera, Calhoun, Van Meter, Walker, Nick Ahmed led off. He's been hitting a little bit as well. So I'll stick to bats here.
Yeah, as Drupal Cabrera, watching that little series versus the Giants, he's actually swinging it very well, which is kind of surprising to see him still ticking away there. But Ketel Marte is back as well. If you want to go into this game, you can. I'm just kind of fading this game altogether. It just doesn't appeal to me. As most with 14 games on the slate, I will pick my poisons elsewhere. Speaking of picking your poisons, Bogman, who are the pitchers of your choice this evening?
All right, so I got 4 main guys, like I said, Bassett, Burns, Muller, and Manoah. Those are my 4 main. And then I got 6 secondary options, Alcantara, Marquez, Miley, Gibson, Minor, and Cal Quantrill.
All right, what if I told you, because now looking here, and it's still up in the air because the gambling sites don't have anything official at the moment, but DK has a different St. Louis pitcher. And so does FanDuel now, too. So I don't know who's pitching. What if I told you Adam Wainwright was pitching for the Cardinals?
Waino. Okay. I think I would put him in. I not as a main, but as a secondary. Yeah,
he's much more appealing. If he's on the slate, it changes my thoughts on Kansas City as well. So keep an eye on that one. If it's weird because usually it's official when like the gambling world starts to allow it to happen.
Right.
So keep an eye on that one. But I'm with you on Bassett. Love Bassett. Burns you can play if you want, but I'm just going to avoid that one. I like Bassett a lot. I like Manoah. I like Muller up top. Waino fits the mold now, but I'd probably go Manoah over Waino at that price point. And then Marquez and Gibson and Logan Webb. Love Logan Webb. If you want some values, Quantrill and maybe Debbie Garcia if he checks the box down there. So someone to keep an eye on. What are you stacking up on this slate?
I like San Diego against Caleb Smith because he sucks. Oakland against Fulte, Houston against Ober, and Atlanta against Fetty.
Yeah, I'm with Oakland versus Fulte for sure. I can definitely jump on some Cleveland versus Manning, Atlanta versus Fetty as well with you. And then Houston versus Ober is a great one. I don't mind San Diego if you want to. Cincinnati versus Brubaker, big fan there as well. And then other than that, Baltimore maybe as a cheapie, checks a box. Coors is always interesting, but my main ones are down there with Oakland, Cleveland, Atlanta, and Houston and Cincinnati. Those are my main ones on this slate. All right, everybody. Told you at the beginning of the show, you got to follow LineStar on Twitter at LineStar app and at LineStar MLB. And you have to download the app if you want to be a winning DFS player. You can't just listen to us. Like, it's cool. We appreciate it, especially when you get that 5-star rating and review. But you got to download the app to get all the tools, all the good stuff you need to build those winning lineups. And to help you build winning lineups, you need home runs on those lineups. So check out LineStar on Twitter at LineStar app. Every day they tweet out the home run call of the day from Bogman Sports, myself, and Ryan Humphreys. If you retweet that tweet, 3 lucky people get chosen to pair with each one of us. If one of our guys go deep, you win some free swag. So Bogman, on Friday, August 6th, who's your home run call of the day?
I'm going to roll with Trey Boo Boo, your boy, Trey Mancini against Ryan Yarbrough. Love him.
I like it. A little Trey Boo Boo love. I'm going late night special. A lot of you guys will be asleep, but we're going Matty Olson versus Mike Foltynewicz. Matt Olson, Oko Coliseum, going deep off of Mike Foltynewicz. You got Trey Boo Boo, which I'm really rooting for because anytime Trey Boo Boo goes deep, I can tweet out Trey Boo Boo. Happy guy over here. So Bogman's got Trey Mancini. I got Matt Olson. We'll see who Humphreys has when you follow LineStar on Twitter at LineStar app, and they'll take care of you there. But everybody have a great weekend. It's going to be a fun one. Be safe out there. We'll be back to you guys on Sunday for another full Sunday night, Monday morning. Depends on when you check things out. So get your goods there. Bogman's on Twitter at Bogman Sports. I'm at B. Dientrick. I'll catch you guys later.
Good luck.
Thank you for listening to the LineStar app On Deck podcast. Download LineStar app from the App Store or go to linestarapp.com for all your DFS baseball needs. If you love the On Deck podcast, support KC, Bubba, and Bogman by rating and subscribing. Good luck.